These are the three things that I absolutely love most about Fort Pierce. And by the way, if you're new here, my name is Luke Lewis. I'm a realtor and a broker here at Treasure Coast Realty Group, and we operate a brokerage right here out of Fort Pierce, Florida. Just get into the three things. And the reason that I have these three things, these are the three things that I just fell in love with about Fort Pierce. First of all, it's proximity to major cities. If you want to go to Orlando, you're an hour and 15 minutes away. You're an hour away from Palm Beach, you went the other direction, and maybe an hour and a half away from Fort Lauderdale. I absolutely loved not being in the middle of things, but having access to those things whenever I want to. And all at the same time, be able to get back home without having to stay overnight someplace because it's too far away. So that's something I found value in moving to Fort Pierce. The second thing that I found that had a lot of value about moving to Fort Pierce was that it has old world charm with a contemporary flair. And when I say a contemporary flair, there is growth that's taking place here everywhere. There's still an opportunity to get on the ground floor and be a part of that experience of places and things that are happening now, and then get a chance to experience the growth and new things that are coming in the very near future. And I could think of times, and including myself, I'm no different than anybody else, where I saw things happening around me as I went through the years and said, maybe not now, not interested. And then came back years and said, if I really just should have thought about it 10 years ago or 15 years ago or 5 years ago and got a piece of that action, what would it be worth now? Not only in money, but in the quality of life. So that's something that I think about Fort Pierce would captivate somebody's interest. And the third thing I love about Fort Pierce that I have to tell you about is that it has life. If something happens here, you're going to hear about it. If something happens here, you're going to know about it. But the best part of it is that you're going to be a part of it. And there's still that opportunity to grow with the city. And so many times in so many cities, things just take place and they grow and you don't know anything that's going on around you. And you get lost in the shuffle. And I don't care who you are, no one really wants to get lost. People move places because there's something they're considering being a part of, or there's something they want to have access to. Fort Pierce still has that opportunity for people who want to be a part of something. And if something hurts, you feel it. If something's lagging, you know it. But because it is still that version of it's close and tight and it has a heartbeat, you know about it. So to me, that has a lot of bearing on where I would decide if I'm thinking about moving someplace. I want to be someone that's in a place that I can experience that growth. There's going to be times when things are going to happen, and I'm just going to have to keep it real with you. And I know that this stage of the city that we have now, it's not going to be here forever. But for now, you get to be a part of that and to live it and experience it. And that's the value that it has. So today I talked about those three things, and I made sure that I made notes because I didn't want to miss any of those things, because those are very important things to consider when you're thinking about moving someplace. And don't get it twisted. We could have talked about the beaches, because the beaches are beautiful. They're absolutely pristine, as a matter of fact. We could have talked about price per square foot. Yeah, you're going to get a much better price if you bought a house here than what you would pay if you're buying it in Fort Lauderdale or Orlando. But the bottom line is, unless you're going to do those things every day, they really don't mean anything at all. What matters most is where you're going to live, where you're going to drive your car up to, where you're going to spend your time in the evening, where you're going to sleep at night. And if you like those places or love those places, it's going to have more value than anything else we've ever talked about on this channel. So I didn't want to have a soulless video where I just spoke on numbers and statistics. I wanted to talk about the things that make you feel good. And those are the three things that we talked about today. So make sure to subscribe so you'll get information up to date on new things that we talk about and discuss, and make sure that you stay in the loop. By the way, my name is Luke Lewis. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you in the next video.